Hey there, it's John the Benedictus here, and I have something very important to say. In fact, I've written an article which has appeared in the Soccer Journal here, and also on a website called Fundamental Soccer, which is run by Carl Dawasian out of California. I decided to print my article, and basically, I want to talk to probably more men than women, just because. Sometimes we're a bit stubborn. And I want to talk about maybe a decision that you may have to make at some point that could actually save your life. And in this article that I wrote, it's backwards here because of the mirror type of camera here on my phone, but it says, "Coaches, are you prepared to coach the biggest game in your life so that you win?" And it was almost exactly a year ago today, actually yesterday, where I had a heart attack and then I went into cardiac arrest that basically um, put me out. I, I was clinically dead, as they say. I was in the ambulance, fortunately, and paramedics. And I've talked about both Sam and Aaron, who uh, did CPR on me and then used a defibrillator to get my heart going again, and then took me to Brampton Civic Hospital where the all the doctors and nurses looked after me and got me back to life and put some stents in. And recently I just had an ICD put in, which is like a defibrillator inside me. That was 6 weeks ago. So that if something happened again, the defibrillator was already inside me, plus it's a pacemaker. It's amazing how one day can change your life. And I made some decisions that saved my life, but I almost didn't make them. And that's what I talk about in my article. So you can look it up. I'll even put a link to the article in Fundamental Soccer. But I'm going to just tell you my story. If you don't want to read it, you can listen to it. So this is my story, and I'm telling you this because potentially maybe this story can help save you or a friend or relative's life. Um, it all started on a weekend in Sarnia, Ontario, which is just across the river from Detroit and close to Windsor, Ontario, where the Sarnia Girls Soccer Club invited me to run my Golden Goal Scoring course in Sarnia. And that weekend, we ran it for 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was a beautiful weekend. So in Sarnia, we were doing this drill that I was doing on the last day of the course. And we were on the field, and I basically had players come in as though they're getting a through ball, and it's a one-on-one with the keeper, on the left side, one on the right side. And I had myself and an assistant who was from Sarnia. We acted as barriers. We're pretending we're keepers. We'd come out from the center of the net, come out as though we're cutting the angle. And the girls, they were coming down shooting, and they'd either miss the net or they'd put it right at us, or do something silly that didn't score. And after about 11, 12, 13 misses in a row, I said to myself, well, this is good because this can reinforce all the powerful information that I've presented in classrooms and that I wanted to present going forward. So I said to myself, if they take a shot and it's going to be tricky, I'm going to try and make a save. I used to play as a goalkeeper, although that was 40 odd years ago. So, girl was coming down. She took a hard shot to my bottom left. And I went down as if I was 20 years old, made a good save. If I do say so myself, patted myself on the back, said, whoa. As I say, ground was nice and soft, a beautiful day. Um, 3 or 4 misses later, back to my side again. Another hard shot to the bottom corner. Down I went, made another what I thought was a great save. So now there are 18 misses in a row. They missed on the right, back to my side, and again I went down. I had to make another save, and all down uh, on my strong side happened to be the left side. And as soon as I got up, I stopped the play because at 20 misses in a row, I had to talk to the girls because you're not supposed to miss 20 one-on-ones in a row. You don't get those chances in a year. And so then I went into another drill that helped solve the problem. And then we went back to the original drill. They were scoring as expected. But I remember saying to myself, what an idiot. I must be a dummy going down, pretending I'm 20 years old. I'm going to feel it for sure tomorrow or the day after. This is going to come back and haunt me. Anyhow, the next night, it was a Monday night, another lovely evening. I actually felt like playing goalie again with the team I was coaching, but I didn't. I said no. So at 5 o'clock in the morning, I had to get up to go to the washroom, which us older folks do, but more regularly. You'll know that if you're a bit older. Um, I felt a little bit of pain up here front of the chest area, shoulders actually, more the shoulders. And I said, this is from trying to be a goaltender again. Went back to bed. The pains got stronger here, but also in the back. So just in the shoulders, in the front, and in the back, and they got stronger and stronger. And I says, now, it's my body's getting back at me, and maybe I should have put some ice on it. So what I did is I decided to go take a cold shower. But on the way to the shower, for about 5 or 10 seconds, I felt like throwing up. Didn't think nothing of it. Went to take the cold shower so that I could, fix those muscles. While I was in the shower, I thought about one of my best friends, Jeff Bowers, who I played hockey with for 20 odd years, and he passed away from a heart attack um, in 2020, I believe, just at the start of COVID. And you know, what happened to him was he was a golfer, so he played golf, but throughout the winter didn't play any golf, didn't go indoor golfing or anything. And a beautiful weekend, and things kind of opened up after COVID, so he went and took advantage of a nice day. So he did the golf range, did a round of golf on the Saturday, same thing on the Sunday. So on the Sunday at night, he started to feel some shoulder pains like I had. And what he did, he assumed it was because I hadn't golfed for 5 6 months, and these were just pains, muscle pains. His wife said, "Oh, we should go to the hospital." He says, "No, I'm not going near a hospital. It's COVID, no chance." And besides, I'm pretty sure it's because of the golfing. I overdid it. Middle of the night, he kind of got up again, and I said, "I'm going to go on the couch." Uh, and the wife said, "You gonna be okay? Sure you don't want to go to the hospital?" And no, I'll be okay. It's because of the golfing. Anyways, a couple hours later, the wife goes down in the morning, and he's out. Called 911. It's too late. He passed away, way too young, just ready to retire too. And he talked about that a lot at hockey. And so I had that in my mind. Plus, the little bit of throwing up that I felt for 5 or 10 seconds, I do recall reading that could be a sign of potential heart attack. So I jumped out of the shower, told my wife, call 911. I got down to the middle floor where we have a 3-story townhouse and laid down, and paramedics came in and hooked me up, told me, yeah, you're having a heart attack, sir. Let's get you in right away. So it was Sam and Aaron, the paramedics. And on the way to the hospital, Sam was talking to me, saying, "Sir, we got y'all hooked up. We're doing all we can. We'll get there soon." Um, but the pain got stronger and stronger, and I felt as though I needed to itch something. So I wanted to move my finger to itch. I couldn't move, not even like this. And then I tried to move my toes. I couldn't move. And I said, "Oh my gosh." The pain got so strong. And I actually said to myself, "I think this is it. Uh, well, if it is, okay, I'll accept it. It's better than this pain I'm having." So, and then I don't remember anything. Apparently, uh, when I arrested the heart arrested, they pulled off to the side. We were on a highway at the time, and Sam and Aaron did CPR, put a defibrillator in. Only a couple minutes from the hospital, so they went to the hospital, defibrillated me again, and that got my heart going. They were really pressing all the staff to take, to put all hands on deck at the hospital. And then between the nurses and the cath lab and the doctors, did a wonderful job. They put 5 stents in me, and actually 3 originally, and 2 originally, and then 3 the next a couple of days later, and basically saved my life. So I owe it to them. But right after I came out of the hospital, one of my friends I played soccer with at U18, his name is Wayne Shepard, who was a paramedic, and for years, he just retired. And he says that's the biggest problem, especially men, is that they're in denial, and they hesitate to call 911. And by the time they call, it's too late. He doesn't really remember reviving very many patients. And when I did come to, I was sitting in a chair with my son, and trying to figure out what's going on. And then the cardiologist came, and he said to me, "Sir, you're very lucky to be sitting there talking to your son like that." Oh, okay. I didn't really. He said, "No, sir, you're really lucky. You don't understand. Not very many people make it, and especially without any major brain damage. Although that's debatable, because maybe I shouldn't be diving around at 60 odd years old. I'm 65 now. So anyhow, um, so he asked me, like, so are you a smoker? I said, no. Okay, do you have diabetes? No. Big drinker? No. High blood pressure? No. Any medication for cholesterol? Nope. It's always been low, pretty good. And so he couldn't figure out, like, why am I having this heart attack? Till he asked the question, is there any family history? And my father had a heart attack at 50, which he survived. Then he had a quadruple at 64, and then had a couple stents put in the 70s, and then twice actually in the 70s. He had stents put in. He's actually still with us, knock on wood, here at 93. And then my dad's brother, only brother, his uncle, he was the fittest guy around. He was just qualified for the Canadian national swim team or cycling team as a master Olympian. That's how fit he was. He also had a major heart attack. And so it runs in the family. So my advice to whoever's listening or wants to listen and is still here, number one, call 911 if you're feeling chest pains, shoulder pains. My arm was fine. There was no feeling, and no issues with the arm. Left arm, they say no. For me, it was just the upper shoulders and back, and then so don't take the chance. If I wasn't in the ambulance when I arrested and I wasn't close to a defibrillator, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. Oh, and if the defibrillator came too late, there's potential brain damage. In fact, even yesterday when I went to go get checked, because I had to get an ICD put in, which is a defibrillator right here, 6 weeks ago, and it also has a little pacemaker there. They told me, it's amazing that you've had a cardiac arrest and you're okay. So don't hesitate. Call 911. And the other big thing I want to tell people, and that's the reason I wrote the article in the Soccer Journal, and as I say, it's been published. I should send more out. Is that if you have a family history, you just don't know. There could be something there that you need to get looked at. Maybe you need to get put on some sort of medication. So don't take the chances. So that's my advice for the day. Thank you for listening. I know it's a little bit long-winded. People tell me a lot of my stories are. But if it's going to save a life of a family member, yourself, I think it's been well worth it. So once again, don't hesitate. Call 911 if there's family history. Get it checked. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.